Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Again, just clean chart outlooks. If you want to go watch my last video, you can. I literally called this move, right? I called this move. Where are we? Let's go back to Friday, but before the week started, right? So if you look back at my last video, this was exactly how my chart was looking. And I said that we have rejected 175.500 once. We've had a daily closure below 175.500. We've had another rejection where we've had a lower high on the 4 hour time frame where we're maintaining below this prominent wick. I said we want to wait for the first two 4 hour candles on Sunday evening and Monday morning London time. And if we still maintain below 175.500, you can look for sells here. I said overall, I think we're going to come back for some sort of another tap into this area before we start flying up into 176 areas or 177, right? That's exactly what I said. And guess what? I said when you enter here, your TP should be here. Your TP should not be here because this is the previous structural point and we can easily reject this area. So you don't want to be too greedy, especially when all time frames are bullish. So if we get the rejections here, make sure your TP is here, right? Because we don't know. We could reject this area and continue flying up. And I said, if we close below this zone, we can come back and wait for a retest into this area for sells down into 172.835. And if you look at the next 4 hour candles, one, two, boom, we're seeing rejections, right? We're seeing rejections. And if you look at the next 4 hour candle, another rejection. If you're not looking for sales right now, I don't know why you're not. But I understand. Maybe you're like, I want to wait for price to come into this area and I want to buy. Absolutely, that's fine. And that's the logical thing to do, right? When you're experienced with a pair and you understand the way it moves, then you can start taking advantage of these counter to trend trades because Gbpjpy loves to bounce back and forth. And that only comes with experience. So I don't advise anyone doing that, especially if you're in your first, second, or third year. I would say just focus on following the trend, focus on your key areas. That's why I am here with these Gbpjpy videos to give you an insight on how you can capitalize on these moves. But definitely, the buy here would be a much higher probability trade than selling down into that area. So when you have this, right, I think I said, oh, this is exactly what I said. I remember we said we need a break of these lows. We want to take a conservative entry simply because we are bullish overall. So we need 30-minute to close below. And that's exactly what happened. And we did get into this trade for a 1 to 2.5 risk to reward. Boom. This happens. You should be, no, I think there was a retest. Okay, there was. Yeah. So I got in a retest of this zone here. Yeah, I saw these candles, I saw rejections. I was like, all right, cool, perfect. I didn't know where to put my stop loss. I don't want to put it here. I could get wicked out, right? Because there's many prominent wicks into this area. So I said, you know what? Let me give it some breathing room. And as long as I have a good risk to reward, it was something like that, 1 to 2.5, perfect. And this is what happened. Boom, done. Take your money. Take your money. Now what happened? If you go on the 4 hour time frame, this is how I would have. I didn't catch this buy, by the way, right? It's all transparency. I did not catch this buy. But if you did want to take a buy, what you need to see is this 4 hour rejection. That's a rejection. We're rejecting this area. Now there's a higher probability of us going to the upside because we've rejected it. But we've not only rejected it on the 4 hour time frame, we've also rejected this area on the daily time frame. So you can scale down on the hourly and potentially look for some moves. Boom, right? You could maybe enter after that candle because we've closed above the previous wick. Get that retracement, let's see. Boom, you could even enter after that candle right there. Get that, broke structure as well. We broke structure, this little low, we broke it. Put our stops below that zone and take price up. Take price up. Maybe you want to match that high or you want to take it all the way into 176. 176, and you could have taken a nice trade, see what happens, boom. But we flew. I am not buying. Obviously, in hindsight, when you see, I'm not buying now because where do I buy? Unless we can retrace back into this area, I am not looking for buys. I'm really not. Did we get that? No, we didn't. Like, yes, you could maybe enter on the retest here. we're very high. If that makes it, we're very high. I want to be getting in here, not here. We could easily reverse. I'm not sure what price is going to do. Price can consolidate. Price can retest this area, and it could, in hindsight, be seen as a good trade, right? Look, you could maybe say, oh, I see an engulfing, I want to enter and do something like that. But the problem is, it looks good, right? It looks good, but in real time, when you see price like this, I don't know if we're coming back for another tap into this area. I don't know if we're retesting this high. I don't know because we're so high, right? If that makes sense. We're at the peaks of our highs, and I don't know how much further this is going to go, right? This is just me guessing. I can go on the weekly time frame. The weekly just crazy. Look how bullish that is. Couldn't have caught that, right? Look, we're coming into these highs. We've got this area here. I would think, all right, I don't want to be buying in this area. I don't want to be buying in this area. It's difficult. I thought, I said this in my last video, I said I want the weekly time frame to close above this area of 175, right? 175. If we can get a closure above 175, that is great. Is it 175? Yeah, 175. Then on the weekly, next week I can wait for the retracement. But we didn't get none of that. We just flew. We just flew. And guess what? That's fine. We're not entering. We're not interested. Yeah, we're not interested. And just price just flew. Price just flew and flew and flew and flew. Wow, crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Wow. 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 Yeah, we flew. We flew. We flew. Um, See, if you in hindsight, when you look at it now, you can see GJ was just making a little pattern. Push, pull back, 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 push, little pull back, push, pull back, push. So yeah, this was the market condition. Me personally, I don't feel like my strategy fits this greatly because I don't have the higher time frame confirmation, if that makes sense. Yes, we're bullish. Yes, all time frames are bullish. Yes, everything's going up, but I haven't got past data, right? When price, let's just say it's Thursday today, I have nothing here. I got no key level to relate with. I got no past data, which is like in the last couple of weeks to relate to and be like, all right, cool, we're approaching a key level. It's just previous hourly structural point, literally. Oh, we're bullish. Should we just come in and get in on the retest of the hourly previous high, the next hourly previous high, the next hourly previous high? For me, that fits people's strategies, but that's just not my strategy. I like to bounce off key levels, key areas of support and resistance. But yeah, that's just me as a trader. But I understand if people would get in here, it makes sense. But I like to bounce off. Even look on the 4 hour, like, where am I buying? We can reverse here at 177. We can reverse here at 179. Look at that, 179. Imagine, let's just go replay mode and go here. Look at that. People will be thinking, all right, we're reversing now. 179. 179 was tapped and we had a nice engulfing. Where do I buy? Where do I buy? Where do I buy? Right? But I know some traders like this. They're like, oh, we're going to retrace into the 30-minute institutional candle, right? We're going to come here. And if we get a bounce off this, I actually looked at this because I remember in my first year, I used to look at this, but it's just not part of my strategy now. Oh, we got another rejection. Let's just see if we get another one. Boom. Entry. You could have entered off the here, or you could enter with an aggressive entry here, and price continues to fly up. And then maybe you could have waited for the pullback in the previous structural point somewhere around here, because this was the previous high which was broken, not this, because this is recent. This is on Thursday at 12:30. This is on Thursday at 9:30. 12:30 was more recent than 9:30, so we are likely to retest the most previous data. Previous data is the most reliable. Boom, got that engulfing, and you could have entered, but like again, GJ could have come back here, right? So I just don't feel comfortable. Um, I know some people are watching this thinking, yeah, for me it was alright, but that's you. That's amazing, and I hope you made money off these moves. Like even here, I thought, yeah, we've broken this high, we can retrace here. We had this engulfing, and I saw it, but I didn't take the entry because I just didn't feel comfortable. I didn't know where to place my stops. I didn't feel comfortable. It's not really reliable for me. And yeah, we just flew up. So you can probably tell these market conditions are not perfect for me unless I enter at the bottom. I don't like entering in the middle. I don't, unless we're making clear 4 hour moves. It's not clear 4 hour moves, it's just huge candles to the upside. But I hope some of you did catch the moves and did catch these buys and made a lot of percentage increases on your account. Um, yeah, that's that for this. Crazy, 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 crazy. I will do my next weekly outlook for Gbpjpy on Sunday. Let's just look at Gbpaud. Gbpaud was very interesting as well. I did say that we've broken structural points. I'm waiting for retracement here. I'm not sure if I did a weekly outlook on this, but again, all I want is for next week. I can quickly do a next week outlook for this. Is as you can see, a daily is bearish. We broke the structural point. We broke this lower low, lower low. Look, I want the daily to close back above here. If we close back above this orange zone, we've taken out this previous structural point. So we've shifted bullish on the daily time frame. That's confirmation number one. Confirmation number two is if we have that move as well, we are going to take out this previous high on the 4 hour time frame. Why is that the previous high? Let me just show you low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This was the previous high made before we broke this lower low area. We broke this lower low area. Boom. As you can see, we are still maintaining above this lower high area. So all of this is just consolidation to me until we break the previous high, the previous lower high, which broke this lower low. That's what I'm interested in. I will say that again. This was our lower low. If I just go on replay again, this was our lower low. This is our this is our lower low. We ain't made a lower high yet. This is our last lower high. I'll tell you when we've made a lower high. Until we've broken this lower low. We broke this lower low. Now we can say this is our lower high. So now we will say we've broken structure to the upside till we break this lower high area. And have we done that? No. So that matches and merges in perfectly with my daily time frame. If the daily closes above here, we're basically going to break 4 hour structure as well. So that means daily is going to go bullish, 4 hours going to go bullish. That's some good confirmation for me in terms of structure. That's point number one. Point number two is we can see a nice area of support. Support, rejection, support, rejection, support, huge rejection. Engulfing, huge rejection. So for me, there's a very high probability if all of this plays out as I mentioned, we get that close, we get that retracement. I'm looking for buys into this nice area here. Sometimes the weekly's gone bearish, right? You can see the weekly's gone bearish. But there's something else we need to consider. The weekly is rejecting this area. Rejected once, rejected twice, pump into 1.9. Rejected once, rejected twice. Can we get a pump into 1.9 again? 1.89 this time? I think we're gonna come into this area. So the weekly is bearish. I think the weekly is due a pullback. So, or even a continuation up because we can't break 186. So for me, I want us to break this area, retest into this zone, maintain above this zone, give us that 4 hour rejection, give us that 30-minute engulfing, and we're going to start looking for buys. That simple. Thank you very much. I hope this was education to everyone. I hope you have an amazing week. I hope you use this weekend to just calm your brain, get some clarity, go out, enjoy life, and spend some time in the evening to backtest and just get more clarity on the markets. But I would definitely say during the day, just enjoy life. Go out, relax, keep your mind away from screens, especially if you're working a 9 to 5 as well and you're spending all day on screens as well as trading. You want to spend some time away from the screens. You want to focus on just life and nature and whatever makes you happy. And in the evening, maybe you can come back to the charts when you've had some clarity and peace away from the markets. The charts are always going to be there. They're not going anywhere. So don't stress, please. And yeah, thank you very much. Again, thank you very much for watching. I would really appreciate if you can like and subscribe and share these videos. And I hope if it has benefited you in any way, please drop a comment below or just drop some feedback on maybe you think I talk too fast, maybe you think I go too fast. Whatever it is, let me know, please, because I know I talk fast sometimes, but I just do it to keep your attention and not get you bored. So yeah, thank you very much.